you feeling?
How you feeling, Bryan?
Bryan, did you do it?
Are you ready to go to Idaho?
Bryan, did you do it?
Last time to Pennsylvania, Bryan.
Those questions so powerful that were being screamed out there. Why did you do it? Why did you do it? It gets to really the essence of what a lot of people are wondering. We don't know if investigators have an answer to that question. But was there any connection? Any connection? And when I say connection, I mean, was there any indication that this suspect, this defendant, the one who's been accused, was he in some way stalking? Did he know them? Did he come across them, whether in person or on social media? Well, let me tell you what is now being reported by People magazine exclusively, that there was some sort of a direct message sent from this accused killer to one of the victims on Instagram. Take a look. 2 weeks before the slayings of 4 University of Idaho students last November, the man now accused of killing them sent a series of messages to one of the victims on Instagram. An investigator familiar with the case tells People in late October, an account that authorities believe belonged to the killer, accused killer, sent a greeting to one of the female victims, the source says. When he didn't get a reply, he sent several more messages to her. He slid into one of the girls' DMs several times, but she didn't respond, the source tells People. Basically, it was just him saying, "Hey, how are you?" But he did it again and again. Is this one of the connections? Is this part of the evidence? Joining us now, special guest from Orlando, Florida, senior crime writer for People magazine, Steve Helling is with us. They broke this news today. For more on the case, be sure to go to people.com. Steve, great to see you. You continue to do it. Continue to do it again and again in all these big cases. Is this a potential connection here? And is this perhaps an indication of some level of internet stalking that may have been going on?
You know, I don't know whether you call it stalking. I don't know exactly what you call it, but clearly she was on his radar. Clearly, you know, he knew who she was. He knew where she lived. He knew things about her, you know, and, you know, he reached out, and people do that all the time. They send a note that's like, hey, and if they don't respond, they say, hey, again. And he did that several times. What does that mean? The only thing we can say it means is that he knew who she was. He knew that this wasn't just him wandering into a house. It was somebody who he had attempted to contact before.
And we also know from the probable cause affidavit that there were many trips, at least 12, to the area of the house on King Road. To me, you put those two together, it's starting to paint a little bit of a picture that a jury's going to need during the trial.
I mean, absolutely. When there's no motive known yet, you start to look at past behavior. You start to figure out, you know, how was he connected with these people? And, you know, if he went 12 different times around that neighborhood, around that house, well, that's a connection. If he followed some of them on Instagram, that's a connection. And, you know, what the investigators need to do at this point is put all of those together and see what exactly that connection was. You know, did he have any interactions with any of these people before the night that this happened? We don't really know yet.
I guess some of that information will be made public inside a courtroom, but that's not until June. Steve, this is one of those cases that's been difficult on the one hand to get information because of you know, the gag orders that have been put in place and the way investigators did what they did. But on the other hand, in the world we live in today, there is an opportunity to dig into digital footprints, things that have been done on social media, people that have come across this defendant. And that is really starting to happen now, and we're starting to learn little pieces here and there.
Mm-hmm. Well, you and I have worked together for a long time, Vinny, and we worked together on the Casey Anthony case. That was here in Florida, and in Florida, everything is public. There's no secrets. You get the discovery as soon as the lawyers get the discovery. Idaho is not that way. So there's going to be more digging that needs to be done. There's going to be more searching. There's going to be more reporting that needs to be done for us to start to figure out really what's going on here. This isn't going to be a type of thing, as you remember, that suddenly we get 500 pages of evidence. That's not how this is going to be. When things happen in court, we're going to be in that courtroom, and we're going to be learning it along with everybody else.
Yeah, Florida, I love the weather, but there's other reasons why I love Florida. Well, I want to put up on the screen something that the New York Times is actually reporting from the defendant's online posts. The suspect commiserated with other users while suffering from a little understood neurological condition called visual snow, in which a person's vision is obscured by scattering dots, much like the static seen on an analog television. This is really an interesting and I guess little known condition. I've never heard of it before this. But I think it may end up playing a big part of this case.
Yes, obviously, all of this is going to go to, what was this guy's state of mind? What issues did he have before this? And if he does have neurological conditions, that's going to be something that clearly the defense is going to bring up. And I'm sure the prosecution is going to have to deal with. We're putting the cart before the horse a little bit because we don't know what the case is. But we do know certain things about what Mr. Kohberger used to say online and the things that he used to complain about online.
Absolutely. Steve, great to catch up with you and see you again. I know we'll be speaking again and again and again, whether it's this case or the next big case. Thanks so much.
Thanks so much. Talk to you soon.